In the newest echelon poll of swing states, we're trouncing Biden by 7 points. In the big new premise poll, we're beating Biden 43-39, while DeSantis is losing to Biden 33-38. In other polls, I'm leading Biden by 6, 7, 8, and 11 points, while DeSantis is losing to Biden in all cases. I wouldn't take a chance on that one. I'm leading in the primary polls by 50 and 55% against him and others. And a poll just came out where I'm leading in Iowa. We love Iowa by 34 points. And by the way, if I weren't running, I would have nobody coming after me. Or if I was losing by a lot, I would have nobody coming after me. And together we will crush crooked Joe Biden, the most crooked president in the history of our country by far, and also grossly incompetent, doesn't know what he's doing. He's destroying our country. We will win the election big, and we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Why'd you cut the iMac? He still has a minute on stage.
I didn't cut it.
Who's controlling the iMac?
I'm controlling mine.
Hello, Iowa. Are you ready to send Joe Biden back to his basement in Delaware on a permanent? I pledge to be the president to finally solve the issue of the southern border. We're sending the military to the border. Yes, we will build a border wall, and we will use deadly force against the Mexican drug cartels because I'm sick of them poisoning our kids, I'm sick of them killing our citizens, and I'm sick of them trafficking people into this country. That ends on January 20th, 2025. Schools and systems are important, but they do not supersede the rights of parents. We want education in this country, not indoctrination in this country. We got it done in Florida, and we need to get it done nationally. We have a situation now in this country where our recruiting into our military is at the lowest level since the end of the draft during the Vietnam War. And the reason why, and I have veterans coming up to me saying, Governor, I don't know that I'd want my kids or grandkids to join today's military. Why? Because they're indulging in social experimentation. They're pursuing political agendas, woke ideology. They've taken their eye off the ball. As Commander-in-Chief on day one, we are going to rip the politics out of the military. We're going to end the woke agenda, and we are going to restore the military to mission first.
Governor Kim Reynolds, Chairman Kaufman, to my fellow Republicans, Americans are facing one man-made crisis after another, and that man's name is Joe Biden. Joe Biden has weakened America at home and abroad in 2.5 short years. Runaway spending unleashed the worst inflation in 40 years. Their war on energy has burdened American families and businesses. Their open borders policies created the worst border crisis in the history of our country. And that disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan has emboldened the enemies of freedom around the world. Biden and the radical left's assault on life and religious liberty and traditional values threatens the well-being of our children, born and unborn. Now, you're hearing from many candidates at this podium tonight, and we don't agree on every issue, but there'll be time for that. So let's agree here and now that starting here in Iowa, we're all going to do our part to make sure that Joe Biden is never reelected as President of the United States. Joe Biden's been a disaster for America.
Great governor, I think we were thinking alike when we both wore the strong red. You know how to grow strong women, that's for sure. No more whining, no more complaining. Now we get to work. How do we fix it? Let's claw back the $500 billion of unspent COVID dollars that are out there. Instead of 87,000 IRS agents, let's go after the hundreds of billions of dollars of COVID fraud that exist. If 8% of our budget is interest, quit borrowing, cut up the credit cards. Republicans and Democrats have a spending addiction in D.C. We need to start getting D.C. in order. But Biden has proven to be incredibly weak, and Kamala is not up for the job. And I will continue to say a vote for Joe Biden is a vote for Kamala Harris. That's who we're actually running against. We have to make sure she doesn't win.
Well, good evening. How's everyone doing? That's awesome. But Joe Biden and the radical left, he is attacking the values that made us possible. He is tearing down every rung of the ladder that helped me climb. I'm running for president because I know America can do for anyone what she's done for me. Focusing on restoring hope, creating opportunities, and protecting the America we all love.
Thank you. Good to be here, back in Iowa. I feel like I live here now, and I'm enjoying being with you all. There are many good people running, good-hearted people. I am not in this race and will not personally attack any of them. There are good people who wish to serve this country. We are running to something. We're not just running from something, attacking our neighbors. But there is a choice we face. There are good people in this race who will tell you this is the time for reform. We need to work within the institutions we have. We should incrementally reform them for the better. There are two genders. Fossil fuels are a requirement for human prosperity. Reverse racism is racism. An open border is not a border. Parents determine the education of their children. The nuclear family is the best known form of governance to mankind. Capitalism is the best system known to man to lift people up from poverty.